it's Mark Wanamaker, and today we're here to have a session on recycling. Most everybody in town is quite familiar with the recycling processes available to them, but today we're going to go to a different level and go a little deeper and show you some other options that are available to you for other products and lines. Most of us are quite aware of the leaf bags and yard waste and that type of thing. You can use either the paper bags that you're quite familiar with like this, or you can use just a plain barrel. If you do use a plain barrel, we do have available, which the town provides us, our stickers like this. This is one of our own barrels here that we use at the store. Arlington's a very fortunate town in the fact that it has a single stream recycling program. Thereby doesn't require you to separate your products, glass, paper, plastics. So that's a big benefit to the town. You can also get a yard trimming sticker like this here that you can place on a barrel, thereby not having to use the bags. That can be a big money saver right there, as long as you've got a lot of barrels. You also have, as you can see, other products in the front here which are all blue designating the recycling program. Two of the barrels like these here have wheels, so you can load them right up and wheel them right out. This particular one has a attached cover, so you're never going to lose that cover. That's one of the complaints a lot of people have, is that the covers blow away or end up in the street and get run over by a car or something. Smaller sizes for use inside the kitchen area or garage area. So we've got a number of products like that available. The other thing I think most people are familiar with is fluorescent light bulbs. Of course, these come in all different shapes, sizes. And most everybody knows that these linear type like this are fluorescent. And we take these and recycle these. You just bring them in. Then along came the CFLs, compact fluorescent bulbs. Sometimes you can't identify what is a CFL and what is a traditional incandescent bulb. Oftentimes people will bring in an incandescent bulb thinking it's a recyclable product. These here, as you can tell, they have the traditional twist type bulb like this, and it's just inside a housing that makes it look like a reflector bulb. So if you can see that, then it's indicating to you that it is a fluorescent. This one here, you can see the CFL inside that. Sometimes they get a little smaller in this style bulb here, and it's hard to see through the casing to see if it is a CFL. Most often you can tell from the housing in the base like this. So when in doubt, bring it in, and we can make the decision for you. So that's pretty much your bulbs and your traditional yard waste. Going beyond that, batteries. Many types of batteries have mercury in them. Nickel cadmium, a lot of products that you don't want to get into the waste stream. Traditionally, this is a favorite product here, the Duracell, the copper tops. They usually distinguish themselves. This type of battery you can throw away. Completely safe to throw away. Not a problem. Getting into things like these, the button batteries, a lot of mercury in them. Some of them have lithium in them. Metal halide batteries like this, these are rechargeable batteries. So if you're charging batteries with a charger and they've gone through their useful life, these are returnable. Bring them in and we'll recycle those. Power tool batteries, traditionally nickel cadmium batteries. You want to take those out of the stream, so bring those in. We can recycle those. Here's a cell phone battery. You might have batteries that are for cordless phones at home. Camcorders, as you're watching this program through, has a battery pack in it that's recyclable. This particular product came out of a dustbuster. So sometimes you think you can throw it away, it might be an electric toothbrush. Inside there's a battery. So bring the whole unit in, and we can take care of that. So that's pretty much the batteries. And again, when in doubt, bring them in, and we can look them over and tell you. This is this is the way actually it's handled. We have two methods of recycling. Much of this is done through a town program, and we're pretty much the drop-off site for them. This particular one for batteries, we actually box it up and send it out with UPS on a pickup. Other products that can have a lot of hazardous materials in them, thermostats. Traditional thermostat, you think it's fairly safe to throw away. If you look in here, right here, and I'll wiggle it, you can see that mercury right inside there moving. There's quite a lot of it. And so when you get a number of these come in, we get them by the bucketful, and so when you see a mass of these things, it really hits you that we need to get this out of the waste stream. That's one type there, a good old-fashioned thermometer. This is interesting too, that here are two different types of glass thermometers. If it's red, it's traditionally an alcohol-based product, and so that doesn't get recycled. This particular unit here will show silver. I don't know if we can see it there or not if I move it. But if you see silver, that usually indicates that it is mercury that you want to bring in. Many different types of thermostats. Some of them you think are just mechanical, but upon opening it, you'll see there's another vial there. You can see there's quite a lot of mercury there. So, bring them on in any time, and we'll take care of it. So those are just some of the products there. Other situations is, you go into your basement, many of us, even myself, I've actually brought some of my own product in here to use for samples. Your basement, your garage, you've got all kinds of pesticides, use motor oil, paint, all kinds of products. These need to be disposed of properly. Pesticides and oils need to go to a town recycling program, usually held on Saturdays, spring and fall. You want to make sure you call your DPW in Arlington or whatever town you happen to be from, and get the program to find out what the dates are for recycling these products. And you bring them off, and they take them off your hands. Great way to clean out your basement or your garage of all those unnecessary items. You'll find that most of the cans are probably rusted anyway, so it's time to get rid of them. One thing we get a lot of call on is, how do I get rid of paint? And that's become somewhat an easy situation to take care of now. Latex paint can be thrown away if it's handled properly. Sometimes, though, you want to take, and maybe you got a half gallon in there, and you want some for touch-up, but you just don't want to keep that big gallon laying around the house. Come in and pick up a empty quart can like this. Mix up the paint, pour what you need for sample, label it. Now you've got nice and neat on the shelf there. Anything that remains, you're going to take and just take and open the can up. I've been dying to get rid of this out of my own basement. We take that cover off of there, and you use a product like this it's called Crud Cutter, paint hardener. One packet of this will do just about this 1 gallon here. It just does 2/3 of a gallon, this little packet here. This is another product here. This does about the same volume. I happen to prefer this one because it's condensed a little more, and it makes this quite easy. So we're just going to take this, and we're going to cut that open. I'm going to pour that right in there. I'm going to take a stick, and we're just going to mix that in there. Mix that around, and what it does, it emulsifies the paint. thickens it right up. The reason you want to do this is because if you were to take and throw this can in trash and it went into the truck and it was undetected, when they compact that truck, they're liable to burp the can and it'll squeeze it, open the can up. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen paint on the streets, you know, and a line. Where'd that line come from? Well, that's usually what happens is it's dripping out of the back of the trash truck. So by taking this and emulsifying it, it makes it thick to the point where you can now throw it away and it won't be a problem. It doesn't happen right away. You mix it in there like that, and usually within a half an hour to an hour, it's pretty well thick. If not, just leave it in a protected area and let it dry. Oil-based paints or solvent-based paints are still a problem. Those things you cannot throw away. You want to, again, take those to a recycle day along with pesticides, oils, and those types of products. So with all that, I think you'll be happy with a clean garage and clean basement and a happy environment. Thanks for watching.